All right, guys, so probably one of the most complex, most challenging movements we do in CrossFit is the overhead squat. It requires a ton of mobility in places probably we didn't know we needed mobility. All right, so Allison's going to demonstrate the overhead squat, pulling the barbell out of the rack, or we can pull from the ground, but basically it has a nice wide grip on the barbell. We're going to do a back rack jerk, get the barbell overhead. Notice we have a nice locked out position, shoulders extended up. All right, from here, we're going to simply descend into a good squat, holding that barbell overhead and back up. She makes it look so easy, but normally a lot of people have a lot of trouble with this movement. All right, so this video is going to kind of focus on things we can do to kind of open up those shoulders and increase our mobility to kind of get into a good position like Allison was there. All right, so first thing we want to look at the PVC pipe series where we do some shoulder pass-throughs. So what we want to do here, all right, the shoulder pass-through, notice she's got a nice wide grip on the PVC pipe. We want to pass through, keeping those arms straight, back and forth. If that's easy, we want to kind of inch those fingertips in just a little bit, get those arms just a little bit closer, like so, and then continue doing that to where we can't actually do the pass-through, when we get a nice good stretch overhead, like so. All right, that is your shoulder pass through. The next evolution of this is the around the worlds. All right, so she's basically going to rotate the bar all the way around and then going the other direction, kind of freeing up those shoulders, range of motion, just opening up the shoulders for this. And then finally, once we've done that, we're going to hold that barbell overhead. And I really want to talk about this overhead position. So show us a bad overhead position first, Allison, where she's got those shoulders internally rotated, elbows bent, basically just trying to, what I like to call, muscle the weight up overhead. All right, so we might get away with doing this one time, but we're not going to be successful for long term. We're going to cause shoulder injuries. So what I'm looking for here is great external rotation of the shoulders. Notice how she kind of goes from here and pushes the shoulder up. I'm going to actually have her put her palms to the sky here and actually, I like to say, pull the bar apart. And that kind of shows exactly what I'm talking about there. And notice those elbows are more pointed to the ground as opposed to behind her. Now once we're in that good overhead position there, I could come over and I could grab the barbell and I could shake that, and it's very steady. All right, so once we're here, then we're going to go do very lightweight overhead squats with just the PVC pipe. Again, trying to keep that barbell, if I'm looking at her from the side, I want to keep that barbell over midfoot the whole time, not allowing it to kind of lean forward and come back. Requires a lot of mobility. One of probably the key culprits here is your thoracic mobility. That's your upper spine. And if your body is just not able to kind of curve back, then you're going to have to compensate with your shoulders or your hips or something else. So we're going to talk about the barbell assisted thoracic openers. Probably the best thing I've ever found to kind of open up those shoulders for the overhead squat. So we've already got it set up here. We have a foam roller and then we have a barbell. Allison's going to lie down just like when we normally foam roll. She's going to put that foam roller mid back there. She's going to reach up in that big snatch grip, nice wide grip there, and basically just kind of let her hips sink to the ground and then roll back and forth, kind of opening up that chest and those shoulders. All right, so for most of us, go ahead and raise your hips up, Allison. Most of us start out like this right here, and this is about as far as we get for the first few seconds or whatever. But as we kind of get those shoulders opened up and relaxed, we can kind of let those hips sink forward, and we notice the little curvature in the thoracic spine, really, again, opening up that chest and allowing us to achieve that better overhead range of motion, all right? So this is your barbell-assisted thoracic opener.